World War II, and he was aboard the maiden voyage of the Queen Mary from Europe as a troop carrier. Mr. Stone's brother-in-law paid the ultimate sacrifice in Vietnam, and while also serving in Vietnam, Mr. Stone was called upon to verify his remains. His 17 years of overseas duty included tours in Greece, Scotland, Germany, Italy, Turkey, and the Pacific in Korea, Japan, and Vietnam. Please welcome Mr. Art Stone to share the meaning of Memorial Day.
Good afternoon and welcome. The times where we maybe understand what Memorial Day is all about and maybe not. So I'm here to let you know. I am retired Air Force and I survived a year in Vietnam 57 years ago. Today we remember those who did not survive. A holiday originally was called Decorations Day. In 1866, just after the war, liberated slaves and country folks would place flowers on the graves of fallen soldiers. In 1868, the 30th of May was actually chosen as a day to decorate graves. In 1890, each state had made Decorations Day an official holiday. Then way forward, 1968, Congress established the last Monday in May and called it Memorial Day. Later in 1971, it was declared an official federal holiday, I think to give all the federal workers 3 days off. Most of us are not able to visit graves, especially the soldiers in the area, so we wear a red poppy to remember those fallen. Why the red poppy? A tradition that actually started with a World War I poem. It's called Crimson Tide. Once where the fields stood green and tall, now scarlet blooms a bloody call. Red poppies dance a mournful sight where soldiers fell in darkest night. Each petal like a tear that dried. A crimson stain, the land defied, the wind whispered tales of battles fought, of lives lost, and battles fraught. Beneath the sun, their colors gleam, a silent cry, a haunting dream, a tapestry of sacrifice laid bare, a poppy field, a solemn prayer. Now the earth remembers, etched in red, the fallen heroes now long dead. The poppies bloom, a poignant plea to never forget eternally. The poppy was one of the first flowers to bloom in the spring. Actually, it's a weed that flourished in the blood-soaked dirt from all the battlefields. Now, when I was a kid in Indiana, peonies grew everywhere, mostly large white and sort of round blossoms, sometimes a bit pink. They all seem to bloom at the end of May. Anybody that has ever smelled a peony, you know what I'm talking about. My grandmother, she had an old, really old 4-story house, and boy was it spooky. She did have a big large yard, and it was lined by rows and rows of peony bushes. On Decorations Day at the time, we would pick fresh flowers, get dressed up, almost like Easter Sunday. Then we'd all go to the local cemetery and place flowers on the graves of known soldiers and then lost family members. We always met lots of other families there. It was just what we did. Usually, afterwards, we'd gather at someone's house. Somebody'd make sandwiches. We'd drink sweet iced tea and swap a lot of memories. Now, it's a nice 3-day weekend to kick off the summer. But let's not forget what it's all about. We lost over 500,000 soldiers during the Civil War. Several years back, I was on the East Coast seeing all the historical sites. I always wanted to see the area around Gettysburg, the Battle of Gettysburg. I asked our motel guy for some information about Gettysburg. He said, why Gettysburg? He says, how about Antietam? And I looked at him and said, what's an Antietam? Antietam was a site, 22,700 casualties, 3,600 killed in 12 hours. The motel guy informed me at this very day they were holding the anniversary of the Battle of Antietam. Full reenactment, and it was only miles away. Now they had full cannons, soldiers in war uniforms, muskets blazing, and they did it all day long. Sure gave me a lesson in the brutality of war. Gettysburg, on the other hand, which I didn't get to see, it lasted 3 days, 3 24-hour days, 51,000 casualties with 7,000 men killed. Man, we've had our share of war. We had the War of 1812, the Mexican War, the Spanish-American War, resulted in 18,000 lives lost. World War I, we lost 116,000 troops. World War II come along, and we lost 405,000 brave men and women. Korea posted another conflict. There you go, 54,400 lives lost. And then along come Vietnam. 58,000 names are currently engraved on a black granite wall on a Washington, D.C. monument. The carnage continued in the Mideast, to include Afghanistan and Iraq, losses of over 7,000 soldiers. How can we remember lost soldiers? One way is what we are doing today. Showing our love and appreciation, and to remember in our own personal way. Let us spend a moment of silence for all the lives lost in our behalf. We are here because they gave all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stone. We are grateful for your service and appreciate your meaningful message. Our next speaker is here representing the Golden Rain Foundation. Please welcome GRF President Kush Bada.